Hello, everybody. My name is Drew, and today we're going to be talking about how to submit a texting campaign to the campaign registry, which is a necessary step for all users who want to use VipeCloud to send texts. When you are setting texting up, you do need to send some information regarding your texting use case to the campaign registry. And since this can be a bit nuanced and a bit detail-oriented, we are creating this guide. I should also just mention that because of that nature, I'm going to be reading from a script a good deal here. So you're going to see my eyes going back and forth from the camera to my notes here. I apologize for that, but it's because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything and that I give you the best possible information here. And another disclaimer here too is the fact that just the nature of how the campaign registry works. And by the way, we are going to define what they are in just a second. This is a bit of a moving target, and we're giving you the latest information that we know of in the late winter of 2025, and these things can change over time. So we are going to do our absolute best to keep all of this up to date. We might update the page where this video is hosted in our help center as well. And so you might see some notes in the help center that are little updates as well. So just be sure to check in on that. And we're all going to do our best to give you the best info possible. So also, what are we going to cover here today? We're going to talk about what the campaign registry is, how you can complete that form for the campaign registry in VipeCloud, and also how to use VipeCloud to create a texting opt-in form. So what is the campaign registry? They are a governing body that oversees all A2P 10-digit texting campaigns. And A2P means application to person. Pretty much anytime that software is sending a text to a person, that software needs to register the use case of that user with the campaign registry. The reason for this is that the campaign registry exists to try to stop spammy messages from being sent, and all legitimate platforms need to play along with this. This is not a VipeCloud thing. It's a software texting people thing. All right, so let's dive right into it. So share my screen. First of all, we need to navigate to text settings for this. You can get there by going in the sidebar. You'll see where it says communication. Click on communication. And then down towards the bottom of the communication sidebar, you'll see text settings. And then here, you can see where you are in the process in this little bar right here, subscription, number. You do need to complete those steps first. And then the third step here is the registry, which you can click on registry to go straight to that page. As you can see, because it's where we are in this account, it takes us straight there. So we need to put in the personal information for you, the user. And the most important thing here at the very top is you're going to say what kind of business type you have, which is sole proprietor. But in most cases, it's going to be sole proprietor or private company. And if you're having trouble deciding which one makes sense for you, if you have an EIN for your business, then you should choose private company. If you don't have an EIN and you file your taxes with your social security number, then choose sole proprietor. The differences between these two are pretty minimal. So in this case, we're going to go with private company. You just fill out your legal business name. You fill out your brand name. If you have like a DBA, you'll use that there, right there. Your EIN, your website, and then if you chose private company, you'll have to choose what kind of business category yours fits in. These are a little bit broad, but just do your best to choose something that that makes sense for your business. And then you fill out your personal information, so your first name, your last name, your phone, through mobile. Now, note here, you'll see these little notes along the way. Don't put in the texting number that you've chosen for any of these. So for phone, you're probably going to want to choose your business number. And then for mobile phone, what's really important here is that you're going to be texted a code to validate your registration at the end. So use a number where you will conveniently be able to receive a text for that code, because that's a necessary step here. And this number can be the same as the phone number you put above. Put your email. This is filled out for you by default. Your US address. We'll put that in there. And so that's all pretty straightforward. So now we get to some of the more nuanced things. So we need to describe the use case for doing this. And so the campaign registry is looking to confirm that your use case is one where you are sending messages that are wanted and expected. They're trying to make sure that you are not going to be spamming people, that you're certainly not going to be doing lead generation. That really is just a no-go here, full stop. They want to make sure that people want to receive your messages and they know who you are. So you're going to be describing something like along those lines. And as you can see right here, keep it to just a few sentences. And I'm going to show you an example here. We're filling out all of these questions here with examples. So here, we use SMS as a way to communicate with existing customers about our latest software releases and newsletters, if SMS is their preference. We also give SMS as an option to communicate with prospective customers if they opt in. So as you can see here too, it's okay to text people who are prospective customers. Just make sure that they choose to be receiving texts from you. Next, we're going to go into the opt-in process. And this is also extremely important, and every detail matters. So they're looking to learn how your contacts here have given you their number and how they communicated with you that they want to receive texts from you. The easiest way to do this is, in our experience, is with sign-up forms, because sign-up forms create a clear way for people to opt in, and it also creates a paper trail where everything is just really nice and defined. You can really state the terms, and they can really clearly opt in, and then you got a record of it. And also note here that every way that people can opt in, or every way that you mention people opting in, is going to be something that you're going to need to demonstrate to the campaign registry. And so again, this is also where sign-up forms really make it easy, because you can just simply link to your sign-up form to the campaign registry, and they can go see, like, okay, excellent, this is how they opt people in. So here is an example. So because we in this example here, we mentioned two different types of people who are receiving messages from us. So we use two sign-up forms to opt in our customers and prospects. On our requested demo page, we have an optional checkbox that they can click if they want to receive SMS. Oh, and then you'll want to link to that. Then here, we also have a newsletter sign up with the same checkbox for opting in to receive SMS. And again, so link goes here, and link goes here. Also, this might be a good time to show you what this looks like in practice. So here is a VipeCloud landing page, and we have a sign-up form here that does that gives prospective customers an option to opt in to receive text messages. And we're going to go into more details at the very end of this, showing you how to create a form like this. And in this kind of case, this is a perfectly easy thing to submit in this form. And there we go. We could just link that right there, and that makes it easy for them to verify. Now we're going on to the last section of this form, which is where you provide some sample texts to the campaign registry. And so there's certain things that are really important to pay attention to when creating these sample texts, and some things that are actually less important. So, for instance, it's not essential that these are perfect copy and perfect representations of exactly what you would send to your contacts, but they do need to broadly be a match. If something completely comes out of the blue that is not at all like what you sent to the campaign registry, it is possible that you'll have delivery issues as a result. So precise copy doesn't matter that much. But also another thing that's really important is if you ever intend to text a link, you must include a link in one of your sample messages. So we encourage everybody, when you're submitting one of these, include a link for sure, because you never know when you might want to include those. And then also any short links that you might use, you also need to include those in these sample messages. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples here. One other thing I should mention as well, and this is the case for these sample messages, and it's also critically just when you're sending text messages in general that are from software to people, is you don't want the message to begin with or to end with a link. The links need to be in the middle of the message. For some reason, it's considered spammy to begin or end your message with a link. And then also, one other thing that's really important in these is that, at least if you are filing this as a private company, you need to include in all of your sample messages, you need to include your company name somewhere in all of them. So all of these examples are going to cover that, and I'm going to show you and remind you of all of those throughout these as well. So thank you for your interest in a VipeCloud demo. So we mentioned the company name in the message. We noticed that you haven't scheduled a demo yet, and we are really looking forward to answering your questions. You can schedule one right now by following this link. And so we have a link in here, which is important, and this is a short link as well. And then looking forward to speaking. So we are finishing the message not with a link, but with a non-link. Example 2. The latest from VipeCloud's blog. We mentioned VipeCloud, the company name. Learn all about CRM in this article. What is CRM? Link to the blog, and then let us know what you think. So we got, again, another link in here. It's not a short link, which is fine. And then we don't finish the message with a link. And then lastly, hey, first name. This is your first name, like me, the sender, from VipeCloud. So it's fine to include merge tags in these samples. So we've got that right there. And then from VipeCloud, so this is including the company name. Here's the discovery call template you requested. Link to a short link featuring that downloadable. Let us know if you have any questions. So again, we included a short link, and a different link, which is actually by design in this case. So we got our calendar short link, and we have our content short link. And then we don't finish with a link. So if you're a multi-user account and you have like a team of people who are going to be sending texts, I highly recommend that you click this right here, save description and all of this for the other users in your account. So what that means is that all your other users would need to do is just make sure that their personal information is good, and they don't need to go through this whole process. So once you figure out a campaign registry that gets accepted, then it's really easy going forward from there. And then you have to say, I confirm that all this is accurate, and then you can submit for review. You are able to edit this if things change. And also, I do want to stress that our upstream carrier who works with us on this, they are really great. And if anything doesn't check out for some reason, they always provide us with a really like a good plain English, like, hey, this or this needs to change, and it'll be accepted. So don't sweat it if if this gets rejected or something like that. Really, the only showstopper is if there's just something that like critically does not work with A2P campaigns in the campaign registry. Some of these finer details, they can be ironed out and figured out, and we are here to help you through that process. Yeah, and so now I want to lastly show you how to create an example opt-in form using VipeCloud. So we're going to jump over here. And so this is a sign-up form, and I'm going to show you just how to make one like what you can see here on this VipeCloud landing page. So go to automations, go to sign-up forms, create a new sign-up form, and you can add all these fields. The main important fields here, obviously, are the phone number or mobile phone. So you need to be collecting their phone number in order to be able to text them. Any other contact information, that's up to you. First name, last name, email are, good standbys. But this is the big important one of creating a checkbox that looks like this right here, where in nice big text, we are asking them, is text a good way to get a hold of you? Check this box to agree to receive SMS messages from your company name here. By the way, I encourage you just to copy this almost word for word. You can reword like a little bit of the positioning here if you want, but really just this question here is, I'd say, where you can take some creative liberties. From here on, just do it all word for word would be my recommendation. So you can create this by going to create consent field right here. And we're going to go to text opt-in, and under the field name, that's where you will put in all of this right here. And then hit save. Next, to add all of this stuff, just copy this. And I'll include all of this stuff here in the all of the legalese, basically, in the help article. So under add description, you see how this that underscore shows up when you hover over where it says add description. Double click there and you can edit. And then I'm going to paste and merge formatting or paste as plain text. And now we've got the rest of this. So the description is, is text a good way to get a hold of you? Check this box to agree to receive SMS messages from VipeCloud. And then it goes I guess that's the title. Then the description says message frequency may vary and message and data rates may apply. Apply stop to unsubscribe at any time. View our privacy policy here. So then you need to go like highlight over this, link, and then you're going to link this to your privacy policy. So this is also one really important note, is that you need to have a privacy policy. So and this is another thing that I'll link in the help article here, but you can get a free privacy policy from a site called Ayurveda. So I'm going to link to that, and they're able to like look and see like what kinds of stuff your site has that might need a privacy disclaimer, like any kind of like cookie tracking, stuff like that. So they find all that stuff on your website that you might need, and so then you can create a page on your website that hosts the privacy policy documents, and that's what needs to be linked there. So for like VipeCloud, we got our privacy policy right here on our website /privacy. You can insert the link and save, and then there we go. Oh, lastly, this and this is important too. You can't force people who are submitting your form to opt into texting. That just unfortunately doesn't fly with the campaign registry. So you'll see right here, actually, for instance, on our website, we are saying that you need to give us your phone number if you want to fill this form out. But it's up to them if they check this box to agree to receive SMS messages. So yeah, so basically this little slider here, when you're creating your form for required, this needs to not be required, which I know can be a bummer for some people, but you unfortunately you can't force them to opt in when they're filling out the form. I'm just going to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yep, that is everything here. So I know that is a lot, but yeah, let us know if you have any questions about all of this. There's a lot of moving parts. Also note that you could do everything that we said here, and for some reason we still might get a little bit of pushback when submitting the form. So also know that this is something that takes days, like can take a week, can take more than a week to get all of your ducks in a row and have everything be accepted by the campaign registry. So this is definitely not something to leave until the last minute before you need to get a text campaign out. Definitely do all of this as far in advance as you possibly can, because there are just a lot of upstream providers that need to check off, that need everything to work for them. And it's just a highly regulated space. So it's just the reality and the nature of the beast. But let us know if you have questions. We're here to help make sure that this goes as smoothly for you as possible. Yeah, thank you so much.